Only 1% got this correctly. Let's see this question. Now look at what you are given. We're with that root what? S to the power of S plus root S to the power of 2S equals to what? 6. And we are expected to find the value of X. Now look at what you are going to do. We are that this is what? Root X to the power of X. Okay. Then plus. Do you know by obeying the properties of indices, we can write this as root X to the power of X. Then all to the power of what? All to the power of 2. Because we know that 2x times 2 give us 2x, right? Equals to what? 6. And square root can cancel out square. So you see that root x to the power of x, okay, plus x to the power of x is equals to what? 6. And we can observe carefully that x to the power of x is common, right? We can do what? We can say let x to the power of x to represent any variable of our choice. We can say let it be equals to what? P. So it means that anywhere we see x to the power of s, we're going to put p. So we know that this is what? Root p, then plus what? P equals to what? 6. And this is still in radical form. So we are going to put it from, we are going to remove from radical form to what? Quadratic form. So we can say that let root p equals to what? Q, right? By making p the subject of the formula, we mean that our p will be equals to q square. You see, proc extraneous, right? Now let's substitute this in place of this. So look at root p, which is root p is what? Is q. So this is q, then plus what? Plus look at p is q square, right? Equals to what? 6. And this is what? This is a quadratic what? Equation. So let's put in a very knowing what? Quadratic form. So if you subtract 6 from both sides, you are going to see that q square, then plus q, then minus 6 is equals to what? 0. And this is a beautiful quadratic what? Equation. We are going to use factorization method to solve it because it's very simple. It can be factorized. Now let's think of the factors of 6. Factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3, and 6. So if we sum them together, we are going to have 1. If you sum them or we subtract them, we will have 1 because the equation of q here is 1. But if you multiply them, we have minus 6. So that means this will become what? Q square, right? Then plus 3q, then minus 2q. Then minus 6 equals to what? 0. Because 3q minus 2q give us q. And 3 times minus 2 give us minus 6. Wow, this is amazing. And I love this, right? Now you can observe that from here, what is common? We can see that q is common. Then into q square divided by q give us q. Then 3q divided by q give us plus what? Plus 3. And what is common here? You can see that minus 2 is common. Why? Minus 2 is common because minus 2 can go to itself without remainder. And minus 2 can also go into minus 6 without remainder. Then into minus 2q divided by minus 2 give us q. Then minus 6 divided by minus 2 give us plus what? Plus 3. And everything is equals to what? 0. Now from this, you can see that this is common because you're having it here. You're also having it here. So you can see that into q plus 3 is common. Okay. Then into, if we divide the whole of this by this, we have q. Okay. If we divide the whole of this by this, we have minus 2. Okay, everything is equals to what? 0. Take note that when the product of two terms is equals to 0, it means that both of them are equals to 0, as you can see, or each of them is equals to 0 individually, right? So it means that q plus 3 is equals to 0, or q minus 2 is equals to what? 0. From here, by subtracting 3 from both sides, you see that our q is equals to minus 3, or our q is equals to 2 by adding 2 to both sides. Now these are the values of q. But remember, we are not asked to solve for q, neither what p. We are asked to determine the value of s in this word equation. So what are we going to do so that we can determine the value of s? Let's record those things you have done before. Let's record something very interesting. Let's record that, okay? Record that from here, we know that our p is equals to our q square. Now, for us to know the value of p, we have to substitute these values here. So it means that when our q is equals to 2, it means that our p will be equals to what? Into 2 to the power of 2, which is equals to what? 4. It means that when our q is equals to 2, our p is 4. Then let's see when our q is equals to minus 3. It means our p will be equals to into minus 3 all to the power of 2 is equals to what? 9. Now we are getting the value of p, and also getting the value of p, right? So we can also record something again. Record that. Okay, record that. that x to the power of x is equals to what? P. As you can see from here, right? So from here we can find the value of x. Now let's see when our p is 4. So when p is equals to what? 4. Let's find our x. It means that x to the power of x is equals to what? 4. At this point, you are not wrong to take log of both sides or to take natural logarithm of both sides. But you know, without not passing too short stress, we can do something very interesting by putting 4 in index form. So it means that x to the power of s is equals to 2 to the power of 2. And you can observe carefully. That the base here is 2, the base here is x, the power here is x, the power here is 2. So you can conclude that our x is equals to what? 2. So that means our x is equals to what? 2. This is one of the value of x that satisfy this equation. Let's see when our p is equals to 9. That means x to the power of s is equals to what? 9. At this point, there's no way you can put 9 in index form so that the base and the power must be the same, because we know that 9 in index form simply means 3 to the power of 2, which is 3 times 3. But how are we going to put this 9 in index form? Ensures that the base and the power must be the same. No way. That means let's apply the natural logarithm of both sides, that ln s to the power of s is equals to ln 9. And this power here can also go back here to become x ln what? Ln s is equals to 2 ln what? 2 ln 3 by putting 3 in this form, right? Now, there's the properties of logarithm that you have to obey, that e raised to the power of ln a is equals to what? A. And the W function of into a multiplied by e to a is equals to what? A. These are the properties we are going to use of, so that you can find this question very interesting, okay? Without those properties, you find it difficult to solve that question. In place of s, we can put x as e raised to the power of ln x. So what that this is e raised to the power of ln what? Ln s, then multiplied by ln x is equals to 2 ln what? Ln. By applying the lambda of into e raised to the power of ln what? Ln s, then multiply ln s is equals to the lambda of what? 2 ln what? Ln 3. And the outcome of this is just ln s by obeying the properties of what? Lambda W what? Function. This is amazing. Okay. Now we can raise this as, say this is in base e. That means e raised to the power of the lambda W function of into 2 ln what? 3 is equals to what? X. And this implies that x is equals to e raised to the power of the lambda W function of 2 ln what? Ln 3. Now take note that it's not all calculators that have this what? This operation, okay? It's not all calculators that have this operation. This is another value of s, but I'm not 100% sure because I've not checked. But I'm very 100% sure that when s is equals to 2 is the correct solution. But when s is equals to this, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not checked. But let's check when s is equals to what? 2, because it's a positive number, right? Now let's see. It's a real number. So let's see. 2 to the power of 2 is 4, and root 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 to the power of 4 is 16. Root 16 is 4, and 4 plus 2 give us 16. That shows that I'm very 100% sure that when our s is equals to 2, satisfy this equation. But when s is equals to this, I'm not checked. And remember, it's not all calculators that have this operation. This is the product of what? Logarithm. So thank you so much for watching. Please, if you find it very interesting, don't hesitate. Do it to like, comment, and share to loved ones or others who learn from it. And again, if you are not subscribed to our channel, kindly subscribe so that anytime we do exciting videos, you will be notified. So thank you so much, and God bless you. Bye.